Hi everyone, I'm David from I-Fal, the English learning app, and welcome to our news chat over coffee. Today I've picked 4 interesting stories from Israel that I think you'll enjoy. We'll keep the English simple and clear, and I'll share a bit of my own take as a Tel Aviv guy. Let's dive right in. 1. Israeli musician in New York. First story. The popular Israeli singer Yishai Ribo is going to perform in New York City this August. He will sing with the Israel Philharmonic Orchestra at Radio City Music Hall on August 27th. You might remember that Yishai already sang at Madison Square Garden in recent years. This time, he will share the beautiful orchestral sound with our top orchestra. Their music union began this year with 3 shows here in Israel, 2 in Tel Aviv's Culture Hall and 1 in Jerusalem's Binyanei Ha'uma. Why is this cool for us? Well, it shows how Israeli artists shine on big stages abroad. If you dream of singing in another language or playing music far from home, you can see that it's possible. And as a musician, Yishai brings a mix of modern and traditional sounds. I like his voice. It feels warm and emotional. If you ever visit New York in late August, maybe you can catch the show. Otherwise, there will be videos online soon, I'm sure. 2. A big plan for Israeli tech and exporters. Next, some economy news. The shekel has become very strong against the dollar and euro. A strong shekel can be tricky for companies that sell products abroad. When the shekel rises, it means Israeli goods cost more for foreign buyers. To help them, the Finance Ministry decided to give a special support package of 1.6 billion shekels. 1 billion will go to tech startups, and the rest will help factories and exporters. The idea is to prevent business closures and keep jobs. For many of us, this matters because when companies do well, they hire more people and keep prices stable at home. Imagine you buy a new phone. If the shekel is very strong, tech firms worry they will lose profits and raise prices later. This support plan gives them some breathing space. It's like when you run a small shop and the owner makes a quick loan to restock more goods. It helps you keep going. 3. Why a house was torn down. Our third story comes from the eco-village of Klil in northern Israel. A mother of 4 built a modest home on agricultural land many years ago. She said the local plan allowed her to build there. But after a long legal fight, the state issued an order to demolish the house because the technical permit never came through. The demolition happened recently. The woman told media that she was afraid her daughters would come home from school and see the empty foundation. This case touches on home and family. Many Israelis know someone who lived in a tiny house, hoping to make it permanent. We all worry about building rules and permits. It can be long and complicated. On the one hand, the state must follow its own laws. On the other hand, families feel pain when they lose their home. It's a reminder to check every permit and be patient with the process. If you ever think of building or renovating, make sure the paperwork is ready. 4. New exhibition in Tel Aviv Library. Finally, there's a cultural event in Tel Aviv. The city library, Beit Ariela, opened an exhibition called 1,000 Memories. It shows dozens of personal items from people who died or were taken in the tragic events of October 7, 2023. Among the objects are a soldier's cap, a guitar, a stethoscope, and a pair of football shoes. The exhibition marks 1,000 days since that day, and it aims to remember each person's life. I visited the show last week. It feels quiet and respectful. You walk through rows of items, each with a short story. It's a way to honor memory with real things, objects that belong to someone you will never meet. For me, it's like seeing an old photo album, but more real, because the items are physical and personal. If you go, you walk slowly, you read the names, and you feel the connection. It's a chance to reflect, but also to use some English. Every description is in Hebrew and English, so you can practice vocabulary about people, objects, and dates. For example, you learn words like stethoscope, cap, guitar, and memory, wrap up, and everyday English. So those were our 4 stories. A big concert in New York, support for tech and exporters, a legal battle over a home, and a memory exhibition in Tel Aviv. I hope you found them interesting, and I hope you learned some new words and phrases: performance, support package, demolition order, and exhibition. Maybe try to tell a friend about one of these in English. For example, did you hear that Yishay Rebo will perform with an orchestra in New York? That's a nice, simple sentence. I really enjoyed helping you learn some English today, and remember you can keep practicing with the I-Fal app. Only 20 shekels per lesson. Great value for fun and relaxed English study. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Shalom.